Welcome to the Xtreme Sports Hour with Nathan Strempel for the very latest in local, national and international extreme sports. The Xtreme Sports Hour.
G'day, welcome to the Xtreme Sports Hour. I'm Nathan Strempel. Great to be joining you this evening. We've got a cracker show ahead tonight. First of all, in the studio coming up very shortly, and to get the random as boys. Bit of a stir about these guys around Adelaide and the hijinks they're getting up to. They're being compared to the Jackass boys with all the hijinks they do. So we're going to have a chat with them, see what's going on with their up-and-coming movie coming out very soon, plus a skate series coming up. They're in the studio having a chat with us shortly. Also, we catch up with a mountain biker, the Caroline Buchanan, after taking out the four-cross at the Mountain Bike World Championships just this weekend in Canberra. Caroline Buchanan did a heck of a job over there as an 18-year-old taking that out. So we'll chat with her a bit later on. Plus, we're going to have a chat with Steve Minnie, who's in town with the Showtime Yamaha team at the show. So make sure you stick around for that. Plus, we've got some highlights from Adelaide Adrenaline's grand final victory. Right now, I'm going to throw to the trailer for the Random As movie before we get the boys up here to have a chat with them, though. So check it out.
Living the dream, the Australian dream.
There you are, just living the dream. And I've got some of the boys living the dream in here. Some guys from the Random As crew. That's the trailer to the movie coming out. Keenan, you're sort of the mastermind behind the movie. Can you tell us a bit about what's going on with that?
Well, basically, we spent years having fun, and we thought we'd try and portray what we do in the old CYK versions. CKY. Well, sorry guys, this is a bit different to the usual camera with the guys.
That's all right.
Now, we started out as a small, we're just going to make a video for YouTube, and then Cooper said, we're interested in sponsoring you, and it's just gone snowballed from then. And Jason and Clint have had a ball. We've got some great skaters, great footage, and some of the stunts are just crazy.
So it's been a while in the making the movie, isn't it? Have you guys all been on board from the start?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
the crew pretty much started. We lost a few guys on the way over the time. They got scared, didn't want to do the stunts. But we never force anyone to do anything. It's every skit you see with the guy that's in the skit, they come up with the whole idea in the first place, and it's up to them to iron out the kinks and make sure they don't get hurt.
Yeah.
And a couple of times I've said, no, we're not doing that because you'll die.
Nathan caution.
There's some wicked footage in the movie. Can't wait to see it.
So Keenan, you're the voice from above. You're the one that kind of makes the final call that says, no, that's not going to go ahead. Someone's going to kill themselves.
I'm trying to keep everyone in line.
Well, you get Jason a few more beers and you got no hope. But someone's got to keep us out of court. And, we've had a few runs.
We almost got arrested.
Running through the police.
We almost got arrested. Me, Todd, my brother Nathan, or homie, and Luke. We're filming out an ATM machine, and we're putting coins of super glue on the ground so they can stick there. And we're trying to film and trying to get it. And then one of the guys called the cops on us, so we blitzed it in the car going, what? And then the next minute, Todd's mum rang and goes, "Hey, Todd, the cops are here. What the fuck? What the fuck happened?" And we were like, "Oh shit!" So we had to rush back home. And then 30 minutes later, we got getting arrested. It was pretty funny.
So why did they call the cops? Because you're sticking codes on the ground?
They think we're going to copy their codes like
filming with their codes.
Oh, okay.
They were filming near the ATM. In the end, there was no footage of the ATM, machine, so the charges were dropped.
And the only handcuffs I have me was when I ran across that footy oval. Remember that?
Yeah. What did you get busted streaking?
Not really.
He does. Jason does a few random events of. We turn up at a public event and he goes screaming across the oval and his boxers
just got out of jail,
handcuffs on.
And the cricket guy's like, "What the fuck happened here?" That was funny.
So you did a bit of skating in the movie as well, Jace?
Nope. I just carry the ball because it looks cool.
Look at me, hey! Really just rode the skateboard here, you don't bother doing it in the movie?
I had to ride with one bearing though, and I was like...
I did think that was just a measure of how extreme you are that Chase rode here with half his wheel hanging
I'm
off.
not extreme. I don't ollie off big stuff or do massive air.
Oh, come on.
You can
I've
maybe
seen
watch
you
me.
do it.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to show everyone up.
Yeah. When we need footage of someone having a good prang, we call Jason up.
Yeah.
He fits the image.
Good at the stacks.
Nathan's the best.
What about yourself, Clint? What sort of stuff do we see you doing in there, man?
We can't really tell who he is until he puts on a girl's costume.
Yeah. Pretty much involves grandma's clothing and a sex shop. Sort of a weird combination, but it turned out good, I think.
Yeah, he was granddad, but he's actually the grandma.
No, he's not very good. Me and him shared a skit at the start. I had to run into a bush, and he's my grandma. That's pretty good.
So
he was vacuuming the grass to make it look random. Like,
so you're basically telling me your role in the movie is to dress up in women's clothing?
Yeah, part of it. Yeah, it's pretty sad, but it was good fun doing it. I enjoyed it.
Hopefully they pay you well for that.
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't pay
Plenty of
anything.
beer.
Plenty of beer. Thanks to
that's the only pay we
coupons,
get.
I'll tell you what, I've got a couple of video clips here because I've seen a little bit of your stuff in action. So I've got a few video clips tonight. I don't know if you're on the search for new talent at all, but I've got a few guys that I think might be an option. So check out this guy here. I want to know what you guys think. Whether
he's pushing a bit wrong. He's pushing like, oh shit.
what about here?
Oh,
How does that?
actually, there's a scene in the movie pretty close to that.
Actually, that looks like your brother, Jason.
That looks like Connor. Yeah, it does. What the fuck are you doing in there?
Your brother's stealing the show from you. Yeah, see, I imagine with you guys, you do those sort of stunts deliberately as you do that. That one wasn't planned for him, though. I don't think. I think he knows, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just cracking. She's like,
Well, majority of the accidents that happen, they're never planned.
Yeah.
It's just when you're trying to get the good footage, even pro skaters, they crash. And well, that's great for us, so we can't complain.
Yeah, everyone takes a stack, and I've got a few more clips to show you a bit later on of guys that think might be potential for the show and stuff. We're going to go to a break in a sec, but also you're running a skate series coming up shortly.
Yeah.
So we'll throw the break, but after the break, pretty keen to hear a bit more about the skate series and what's going on. So stick around. So stick around and hear a bit more about that here at the Xtreme Sports Hour.